Hello students, myself Dipak Zade. Today in this lecture we will solve problem of impulse momentum. Now to understand this one, I will explain here also, no problem. But in our second lecture, means theory part 2, I explain in detail this type of case कि any body when it is thrown in downward direction and rebounds, right? How will apply our equations? Now we'll see what is given in problem. If you have not gone through that video, please watch that video, right? Then you will understand carefully. Still I will explain here, but for in-depth knowledge, just to go through lecture number 2. Okay? Now see here. What is given? If a ball is thrown vertically down with a velocity of 10 meter per second, means initial velocity is what? 10. In vertically downward it is thrown from a height of 3 meter. Height of ball from ground. How much? 3 meters. Find the maximum height it can reach after hitting the floor if the coefficient of restitution is what? 0.7. I will draw one simple diagram. Suppose this one is a ground. This is what? Ground. Okay. Now ball is thrown from a height of 3 meters. Say this is initial position of ball and this ball is thrown in downward direction. Say u is how much? 10 meters per second, 10 meter per second from a height of how much? 3 meters. Okay, this height is given. Let's say this height is what? I will represent by h1 and is 3 meters. Okay, now what will happen? This ball moves in downward direction and strikes the ground, right? Say this is body 1, the velocity of ball just before impact. V1 is what? Velocity of ball just before impact. Once it strikes with some velocity, it rebounds in upward direction. That means it rebounds on same vertical line. To avoid confusion, I will represent on right side. It rebounds in upward direction and after impact velocity will represent by what? Dash. So say this is what? V1 dash. Right? Now position of ball is here when it is in contact. Here it strikes. Now it rebounds in upward direction. When it rebounds, what is asking problem? Find the maximum height it can reach after hitting the floor. Step by step. From this point motion starts. When your any body is at some height, what will get? Potential energy due to height. Potential energy formula is what? mgh, right? That means ball is having potential energy plus ball is having what? Kinetic energy due to velocity. Kinetic energy is what? Half mv square. Means here 2 energy. When it moves downward and finally strike, the height becomes 0. Means this potential energy gets converted into what? Kinetic energy. Means velocity definitely will increase. Means here if we will apply law of conservation of energy, say this position is say 1 and this position is what? 2. So at position 1, potential energy at position 1 plus kinetic energy at position 1 equal to potential energy at position 2 plus kinetic energy at position 2. Okay, addition of energy remains same. Law of conservation of energy. Potential energy at position 1 is what? mgh1 plus kinetic energy is what? Half mu square. Now here potential energy becomes 0. Kinetic energy half mv1 square. Mass gets cancelled and if you multiply by 2, so v1 square becomes what? We will multiply by 2, this will become 2gh1. 2gh1 mass cancel ho gaya, right? And if you multiply by 2, so this one gets cancelled, mass already cancelled, so this one is u square. Means v1 is what? Root of u square plus 2g h1. U is what? 10. This is 10 square plus 2 into 9.81 into height is what? 3. So you will get some value of what? Velocity. Clear? Is it possible to find out? Find out fast. 10 square plus 2 into 9.81 into what? 3, and we will take its root. Comes out to be how much? 12.603 means 12.6 will take, right? 12.6036039 means 12.6039 means 4 meters per second. What is the direction? Downward. This velocity clear? Now when this body strikes and rebounds, so it strikes with ground means earth, its mass is infinite as compared to mass of ball. Therefore, law of conservation of momentum is not valid. If you apply coefficient of restitution equation, then this V1 dash becomes what? Is minus EV1. Means in coefficient of restitution equation, if you take this one as a body, 2 as a ground, its initial velocity V2 0, after impact also velocity 0. The coefficient of equation, what equation you are getting? E equal to minus V2 dash minus V1 dash upon V2 minus V1, V2 dash 0 0, and we will get finally this equation. That means it rebounds in opposite direction, minus sign hai. Okay. Now V1 dash is what? Minus. E how much? E how much? 0.7. V1 downward hai, means we will substitute with minus sign. How much? 12.604. So you will get what? V1 dash, velocity after impact. So into 0.7 means this one comes out to be 8.822. 8.822 meters per second. With this velocity, it rebounds in upward direction. Up to this step, any problem? Now when it rebounds, the height of ball will increase, means potential energy will go on increasing, velocity will decrease, means kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy, velocity will go on decreasing, and finally somewhere where velocity becomes 0, this height is what? H max. This one is what? H max. That means at this position kinetic energy 0, at ground potential energy 0, means this kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy. That means what will do? KE here at ground is what? Potential energy at this side. Kinetic energy here half m V1 dash square. Potential energy becomes what? mg h max. Mass cancel, means V1 dash square equal to what? 2g h max. You have to find out maximum height, means V1 dash square upon 2g. V1 dash already you know 8.822 square divided by 2 into 9.81. Calculate how much we are getting. 3.97 आता है. 3.97 is correct answer. Understood? Clear? चलो, thank you. Bye bye. Take care.